it's easy to rise the prices, but it's much more difficult to keep them and to rise the quality. You're doing the other way around than many others do, because normally you keep the quality and they just go up and up with the prices, and you do the contrary. Welcome back to WatchAdvisor on YouTube, where the watches are the stars. And today my star is Niels Eggerding, the CEO of Alpina, and Frederique Constant of Frederique Constant and Alpina.
What you like.
We will talk about both brands, the new watches coming out in 2026. We are filming ahead of Watches and Wonders. Niels, thank you very much for giving us the opportunity. It's more relaxed. We can have a real conversation without the stress we have during the show. Thank you very much for having us in Geneva.
You're more than welcome. And I'm happy to have you here.
Yeah.
Don't forget to subscribe and to hit the bell to get our latest notifications.
And of course, see that setting around the globe. That's not a coincidence. One of the watches, Niels, we very soon talk about is a new Worldtimer. They have been redoing that iconic piece of Frederique Constant, and we will talk about the watch. But first, before we talk about the watches, a little bit of looking back and looking in the future of your performance. Niels, maybe you can give us a little bit of an outlook.
Sure. So first of all, it has been a strong year. What we could see is that volume is really back. We saw that last year already in 24, but 25 we can confirm. We have been growing. Markets like US, India, strong growth. I would say Asia more difficult, and Europe very stable. So it's going to be very interesting to see how now, with all what's going on, how the market will react, how the industry will react. For me, where we have been focusing on the markets, I don't foresee a major impact this year yet, but we never know. So we're just going to push hard and see where we're going to land again.
In terms of price sensibility that comes along with all the problems we have these days, I think you could profit a lot, because if someone is looking into a mechanical wristwatch and says, okay, I'd rather maybe limit my budget a little bit, not to spend too much, because maybe I would need the money for other things, it could be your year, in theory.
Well, in theory, it's for us even a potential risk, because even also mid-range and people that are enjoying luxury timepieces as a Worldtimer, they might consider to not spend it in a year where there's insecurity. But for me, I think we are also becoming very resilient. We have been going through so much already. Yeah. And what I can see is that retail markets are much more resilient for impacts that we are dealing with. So a little bit of an outside my view about the world, but I'm really excited and looking forward to a new year. We really decided, but already 2 years ago, to have very commercial collection where the value is spot on with the quality. And I think that for me, we always stand for that, but we have to even improve that. So a lot is in the pipeline for the coming years, a lot of value, even higher value back into the package of a watch.
Without increasing the prices?
Yeah, I would say we even working on more competitive prices in the coming years. So finding much more effective production processes where we even can offer more value. And I think it's key, because I really believe we own the 1,000 to 3,000 euro mark. Today we talk about the Worldtimer slightly higher, but that's where our volume is and that's where we belong. So, and we need to master it by even more value. So the team is fully focused on that. It's super interesting to see that also, how this materializes in beautiful watches.
I'm always positive when it comes to Frederique Constant Alpina, because I talk to people out there, I talk to you guys, and I know that you are interested in buying quality for, let's say, reasonable amounts of money, and I think you deliver.
Yeah, sure. We try.
Yeah, you do.
There are many brands coming also.
He's too modest. You do. You deliver.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Well, thank you.
There you go.
I appreciate it from you.
Okay. Now is the moment where we play some music. No. Okay, so good growth. People can expect more value even for the money, because you're really focusing on it. And then on top, you put always some iconic pieces like the Worldtimer. This is an iconic piece in your collection.
Yes.
It has been selling quite good, I think, in the last years. And this year you've been redoing it, and it is much more readable this year, I think, my personal opinion. So I've been looking at the watch, and the readability is excellent. And I think this is the key thing, because you wear a watch to immediately, okay, see this, I'm here, and time here is that.
Yeah. Let me go one step back.
Okay.
We as a brand, Frederique Constant and Alpina, we have quartz models. We are going to heavily introduce, by the way, solar quartz. I think it's very important for the consumer also to understand. Quartz starting at 795, beautiful finished watches, also creativity comes back. Then you start to have around €1,000, slightly above solar quartz. And you will see also the base automatics coming back around that price. We have a beautiful Alpina that we're going to show later on. Manufacture is the flagship collection of the brand Frederique Constant. And I'm here for 14 years. And the watch that I was introducing 14 years ago was the first Worldtimer that in that time was just launched. It became one of the most iconic movements in the collection. And after 13 years of success, we decided, after all the updates we have been doing on the existing 700 series manufacture caliber, we went from 38 now to 72 hour power reserve, so more than 90% increase. We also equipped the Worldtimer with an updated package with that new movement. And that's the launch that we will do within 2 weeks in Watches and Wonders. And we have 3 fantastic new editions where a lot of newness comes in, comes back into the watch.
And for the first time, also a version for the women. So this is something I very much liked, because first of all, the color is super cool. The look is super cool. And as I said just before, readability. And for me, a watch has to be functional and not a gimmick. And if you put something on your wrist, even if, I think it's smaller now, it's 1 or 2 millimeters smaller.
We made it to 40 millimeters.
Yeah.
So it's a redesigned case.
Yeah. But you increased readability anyhow.
Yeah, we have removed the date disc.
Yeah.
That was the comments, if you could see in the past 14 years about the Worldtimer, most comments was that the city disc was not fully readable because of the date disc.
Yeah.
So it was quite logical to have this move with the upgrade of this.
Yeah.
And indeed, we have redesigned the watch itself. New colors. Here you see from me a very bright color of the world map. But the city disc is fully redesigned, more readable, but also fully readable. And with that 40 millimeter case, we have new color editions. We have new bracelets coming in. And the first time we bring in a limited edition, a full diamond set bezel. But I think we can no longer box a feminine watch, but I would say it's definitely a more feminine touch. But this remains an unisex watch.
Yeah, it could be worn by a man, but I think the focus should be on selling it to a woman.
Yes,
And
yes, but we cannot underestimate today.
Of course not.
The variety of watch connoisseurs that are appreciating diamonds, even as men. Huh?
Of course, no. It's just for me, when I look at that watch, I would say this is something women will like.
Yeah.
Due to the colors, due to the diamonds, of course.
It's a very bright, it's a very interesting color.
And good to combine with outfits. And
yes, that one is limited.
Why?
Because we want to make that a little bit more exclusive.
Okay.
We don't want to do that much limited more, because you also should not overload your consumer with all kind of limited editions. But this deserves to be limited, color-wise, gem set, stone-wise, setting on the dial.
May I guess how much pieces? Because you are very much with
88 pieces.
88 or 888?
88 pieces.
88 pieces only?
Only 88 pieces.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So anyone seeing this video on the 14th of April, this is when the video will go online. And if you're interested in buying one, be very quick. Oh my goodness, 88 only?
Yeah, but I think the number, the scarcity makes it also valuable for people. Again, we talk about the value that we would like to offer. It's a manufacture package, full set diamonds, diamonds on the dial, beautiful color dial, I would say.
Okay.
Alligator strap, beautiful. And then for €7,995. €7,995. So it's
including VAT.
Including VAT.
7,995 including VAT.
With a 72-hour power reserve manufacture caliber, the upgraded version. So we call that a weekender. On Friday you can put it on your closet. Monday you pick up and it still runs. That's really the philosophy that we wanted to have.
Yeah, that's something. I know the sensitivity of my audience that always asks power reserve. And if I name something starting with a 3, I really see the people.
Yeah, honestly, I feel the same. You can no longer have a valuable product that has a low power
In a certain
reserve.
price range, you have to have it.
Yes.
Yes. Beautiful.
Thank you.
And you have a real nice 5-link bracelet also.
Yeah, we have a beautiful 5-link bracelet that has been redesigned, tapered. I would say also brings value to the watch that we didn't have for a long time. It's mostly strap driven, but we had a lot of comments. The trends today is much more bracelet. If you look at all the export data, bracelet is increasing. So I think it's a welcome extra for the consumer to have now an option, 40 millimeter in a very navy blue designed dial, differently again with the bracelet.
It's my favorite.
Yes, it's your favorite. This is my favorite. That's your favorite.
You know me, blue.
Yeah, we always like blue.
Niels, thanks for the introduction of that new Worldtimer. This is why we're standing in front of the globe. But now comes a little surprise, and I just saw it on the tray before, and I was having that wow effect. It's the
new manchette.
New manchette.
2 new editions. The manchette is the full bracelet design that we launched last year. And personally, in 14 years, Frederique Constant, I've not seen such a successful collection coming in the price range and the design we created. So that's a very feminine design, although also men like it. And we were underestimated by far the quantities that the demand was there. So we're launching 2 new editions, full yellow gold-plated with a turquoise stone dial, just below €2,000, but also with a mint green and stainless steel for $12.95. So 2 variations, much more volume-driven and spot on with the trend today. Then Alpina, after I would say 5 years of pushing the extreme case, the cushion-shaped case, that I think it was layered from 4 components. We have seen success with it. It was time to re-elevate the Star Timer collection. The introduction we do here, we have 4 editions of the Star Timer. And I believe a lot of energy went to the design there. It's a 40 millimeter case, typically pilot-driven crown and case. The dial, that's where a lot of energy went in. It's multiple layered. You have full block indexes.
Looks very 3-dimensional.
Yes, it really has, again, that high luxury feel. It has a Le Jour Perrin movement, 68-hour power reserve.
68-hour
power reserve. So we move away from also there, the 38, and for $12.95.
€1,295 including
VAT.
Wow.
And there we can say, openly, we have done a benchmark of competitive brands, and it's very difficult to find a watch brand that looks so luxurious, with that finishing, with that movement,
and
specifications, and history. For that price.
It's not a new invention.
I forget what is true, the history.
Yeah, you have history, lots of history. If you have never thought about where Alpina comes from, Google a little bit or go on the website, and there is a museum even here in Geneva where you can come to. We are standing right here. The history of Alpina is shown here, so if you want to come, I think the museum is open to be seen.
Always. If people want to come, they can definitely make an appointment. They can randomly come. During Watches and Wonders, we will have the factory open, so consumers can definitely look here too.
And there's lots of history, because Alpina was a brand that really also was developing very much sporty watches. So I don't want to go into details, would take too long, but the brand has lots of history. Don't forget that.
Absolutely. And Star Timer, the collection that we launch now, it's going to be interesting at Watches and Wonders, because you need to pass by. We have something very creative at the show.
We will show that in our video where we make our tour in the beginning. You remember we do always a video. We will show that, of course.
You should think about a little bit of retro gaming. So it's going to be interesting.
Okay.
And later in the year, I'm still pinching a bit where we go. So we have a 40 millimeter automatic of the Star Timer that I think looks amazing. 4 editions, stainless steel, even with black PVD coating. But we also will introduce a smaller size with solar quartz, around €1,000. And there we have beautiful colors. And the additions, the finishing is as beautiful as the automatics. So it's a full set of collection that we're going to launch during the full year. That's definitely for the pilot lovers, the Alpina consumer, the Star Timer lovers. You have a beautiful edition where you can tap into.
End of the day, lots of value for the money. But this is where you stand.
That's where we stand for. Sure.
And this is what makes you so interesting, because we do so often present brands, and people talk easily about 10, 15, 20,000 euros. you need to first earn it, then save it, and then tax it, and then still spend it.
Sometimes I think, where do they get the money from? Because the people spend a lot. No, but we are strong in the price range again, 795 to 3,000, and Alpina even much more focused. And you have a beautiful package for the.
It looks like, Niels, very nice presentation. I'm speechless a little bit because I didn't expect so much pressure also being realized on focusing on quality and price. It's easy to rise the prices, but it's much more difficult to keep them and to rise the quality. So you're doing the other way around than many others do, because normally you keep the quality and they just go up and up with the prices, and you do the contrary. You do definitively the contrary, and I like that very much.
Thank you. It's because also you're a consumer, because the more they buy, the more volume we do, the better we can work on the efficiency of finishing and margin. So the better the price will be. So that's the trick for us.
Yeah.
So help me with that.
Help him with that.
Then you finally get benefit out of it.
Oh.
Any comment?
Yeah.
I will answer myself. I've tried even to do it the last time also. So challenge me if you want. Ask questions. I will definitely look at it and answer whenever I can.
He does, because if he is not aware, I send him by WhatsApp the comments, and then he goes online and answers. So this is also the way for you to talk directly to the CEO. Does not happen very often. Guys, thank you very much for joining our video today here in Geneva at the headquarters. And once again, if you are in the area of Geneva and if you are interested in learning more about the brand, come here in Plan-les-Ouates. It's just around the corner. We have Vacheron Constantin here, Piaget, there's Rolex, and there's also Patek Philippe. They're all just around here. It's lots of watchmaking here. And there's also Harry Winston, I forgot.
Oh, a few brands are
and
around
some
us.
smaller brands.
Small brands.
Laurent Ferrier is here. So this is really watchmaking here, and you feel it ticking and you hear it ticking when you're here. Come here and discover what they have to show, and it's worth it, I would say. And also the history of Alpina, quite nice displays around here, so you can learn a lot. Niels, once again, thank you very much, and see you soon. And we will come by in Geneva, of course.
I would love to see it when you are in the Watches Honors.
Of course. When you see this video, I have been already there, so it's a little bit complicated.
And we are going to prepare now. In the coming 2 weeks, going to be busy. Thank you very much for watching.
Bye, guys.